My presentation is about teaching classroom rules to young learners through linguistic landscape. These are, sorry. These are the topics in my presentation. First, we will have information about target group, then rules are everywhere part, our classroom rules, what we did in the classroom, amazing works of the students, and evaluation part. Firstly, it will be better to have information about my students. They are 4th grade and 10, 11 years old. They live in the village. That's why most of them don't have internet connection. And also I am their first English teacher, so it wasn't so hard to draw their attention to English. They are already eager to learn something new actually. In the first part of the lesson, I showed them this sign and asked, what do you see in the picture? And everybody said that it's an ice cream. By the way, most of the time I speak in English in the lesson. When they say ice cream in Turkish, I reply them in English. Then I asked, can we eat ice cream if there is this sign? The answer was no. How do you understand that we can't eat ice cream? Because that red circle and line mean that. And then I ask again, how did you know that? They were quiet for a time. This is actually how peripheral learning occurs, and linguistic landscape is one of the best way of that. And I ask again, where can you see this sign? Where can't you eat ice cream? And one of my students said at home, because it can fall on the carpet. I think he has a memory about it. And most of the students said that in the classroom, as we have no eat or drink in the classroom rule. The next rules were about traffic. Where can you see this sign? The answer was on the road, traffic, and all of them knew these rules and what they mean. They explained the traffic light. Then I want them to give more examples. Some of the examples were no bicycle sign, stop sign, schoolway sign. These are they saw around them. Uh, as I learned that here there are swimming pools, I choose to show these signs and ask, where can you see this sign? By the way, I all the time, I keep asking same question as a method drill and practice. They said in swimming areas, in swimming pool, can you dive if you see this sign? The answer was no. Why not? They replied, you can't dive because it is dangerous. And that was an acceptable answer. And the new rules of our lives, COVID-19 rules, all of them knew the meaning of the sign and they explained, although there are English explanation of them. The question was same, where can you see this sign? The students said in the hospital, in the shopping mall, in the restaurant, in the school. As a part of our curriculum, I asked their colors as well, and colors of all the signs in the presentation, so that we can repeat previous topics too. These are the expressions that I mostly use in the classroom, and I want them to see that they are used outside too. I asked them, have you ever seen English version of the mosque rule? They said yes, for the tourists who came here to visit Mount Nemrut. And our classroom rules. In the last part of the lesson, that is second hour, I gave them their homework. In the second part of the lesson, we talked about classroom rules given in the course book. Additionally, COVID-19 rules. These are the basic rules in the book. Be quiet, raise your hand, and listen. The other rules will be shown by the students' homeworks. Here some pictures in the classroom. In the last part of the lesson, that is second hour, I gave them their homework, which was about preparing classroom rules by signs as a bridging activity. They would prepare pictures, sign reflecting classroom rules. As an example, we did one of it in the classroom. We used traffic light to explain mask rule. This was one of my students' idea. Red light means no mask, no entry. Yellow light mean nose in the mask, and green light mean your mask is okay, so you can go. In the next lesson, next week, students brought their homeworks. I want to share some pictures of them with you. Here, a smiling face stick with a real mask on it. One mask rule for the downstairs corridor, one mask rule for dining hall, and one for upstairs corridor. Be quiet rule next to the board. Air the classroom next to the window. Put your trash in the bin next to the bin. And here two lists of all the rules. In the end, students are more aware of signs written in English. They are able to create pictures, signs to explain something. LL makes the symbols in daily life more readable for students who are fresh in reading and writing in English. Students are able to interpret any sign they come across in their daily life, and LL provides a practical way for students to internalize the classroom rules as much as they do recognize the rules around of the school. Thank you for your time, and thank you, Dr. Solmaz, who supports us all the time.